Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego and Karina. She'll be right with us. She's getting some, I don't know what she's doing. She'll be right here, feeding the cat. Welcome to your live stream, your YouTube channel. This is K1 visas and green cards, all free information for you. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't work for USCIS. I don't work for the State Department. I don't give you any legal advice, but I got 9 years of experience processing K1 visas and green cards, and also tourist visas and spousal visas. So if you have any questions regarding those visas, ask me right here and I will give you the answer. If I don't know the answer, I will find the answer for you. Now remember, this K1 visa process is speeding up with the NOA 1 to the NOA 2 letter, which is Notice of Action Letter 1 to Notice of Action Letter 2. That's the process is getting pretty fast, okay? But then when it gets to the National Visa Center, they're at the mercy of the embassies around the world. Now, the embassies around the world, they're the ones that are basically telling the National Visa Center when to send and when to ship, when to put your K1 visa that's been approved into transit. And Karina is here. She fed the cat. Tokyo's eating our cat. Remember, the National Visa Center is at the mercy of the embassies. And the U.S. embassies, okay, are fast in some places and slow in other places. They're slow in Colombia a little bit. They're slow in Ghana. They're slow in, the Philippines is not too bad. But some embassies are quicker than others in regards to scheduling interviews. You got to keep looking. If you have paid your visa fee, which is a consular fee, remember the DS-160 is free. The DS-160 is free. That form you fill out, that State Department form. But what you're paying for, the $265, is paying for the consular officer to process your K1 visa. Life as a mom. Hello, Life as a mom. Good evening, Diego. And Karina's here now. She was feeding Tokyo. He was hungry. When Tokyo, our cat, gets hungry, now Tokyo is from Colombia. We brought him over from Colombia. When he gets hungry, he cries like a big baby. But at the nighttime, he's out there chasing squirrels or whatever he's doing. The Mountain Nomads. Hello, Diego. What's going on, the Mountain Nomads? We hope everybody is doing well. And April Flower. Hi, Diego. When it comes to green card, do you recommend we get an attorney for that? No. Why do I make these videos? April Flower. I have made videos on how to process a green card application. That's the purpose of this channel. So you don't have to hire a freaking attorney to do a simple green card application. It's not hard. Filing the green card paperwork isn't difficult. You know how to read and write. Can you read and write English? Can you spell? Do you have a computer? Do you have a printer? That's all you need, okay? So I've made that. Here are some ideas. You go into the channel and go look for this. Right here. Let me see, I'll spell it out. Adjustment of status. I made a video called Adjustment of Status. That's a video on how to process a green card application. What forms do you need to process a green card application? What forms do you need? You need what? The 485, right? It's easy to fill out. What else do you need? What other forms do you need for a green card? You need to repeat the medical exam, right? You got to repeat the medical exam, and the vaccinations get recertified. So the civil surgeon will fill out Form I-693. What else do you need? Well, the sponsor needs to fill out this form right here. The sponsor fills out the affidavit of support. What other forms do you need for a green card application? You need this form right here. You got to put this in your green card application, the I-94. What's the I-94? It's the proof that you entered the United States legally. You do a face-to-face interview with a Border Patrol person, Customs, Border Patrol, whatever you want to call them. Once you've done that, they issue you an I-94. They'll either write it out on a card and staple it in your passport, but they will definitely give you an I-94 as an electronic number that you got to go and you got to print it for your green card application. You got to bring it to the Social Security office to get your Social Security card. The I-94 is you got to carry it around with you until you get your green card. April Flower, I really appreciate you and Karina for helping us out. God bless you both. That's why we're here. That's the job. The purpose of this channel is so you get free advice. So you don't have to spend money on an immigration attorney. I'm not saying they do a bad job, but some do. Okay? I'm not saying they're bad. If you want to hire an immigration attorney, okay, then go ahead. But you know what it means to me? It means you're just too lazy to do it yourself. You just want to blow it off on somebody else, an attorney or one of these companies. Do it yourself. Grateful Flower, I will follow every step you mentioned in the adjustment of status video. Yeah, just watch the videos. You need the 485. You need the 693. You need the 484. You need the I-94. What else do you need for a green card application? What do you need? You need photos of your wedding, right? Photos of your wedding, at least 20 pictures. What else do you need? Photos of your relationship, right? Going back however many years you've been dating each other. Include those pictures too, okay? What else do you need in a green card application? What else? What else do you need? Joint bank accounts, right? Evidence of joint bank accounts, right? Well, how do you get a joint bank account? You got to get a social security number. I've made videos on how to get a social security number. Just go into the channel and Google social security number. This, guys, it's not hard to do. Larry Piercy. Hi, do we have a regular schedule and am I switched from petitioner to sponsor on the I-485? The 485 is filled out by the beneficiary. The I-485 is the beneficiary applying for his or her green card. Life as a Mom. Hi, Karina. How are you and Diego? We are good. April Flower. I'll give you a Mountain Dew salute because you said you're going to follow every step that I put in that video. I made like 3 videos. There's about 2 or 3 videos I made on how to process a freaking green card. How much does an immigration attorney cost? How much do they cost? How much? $3,000? I don't know. How much does it cost to watch the video to get the same advice? Free. So what do you want? You can watch the video for free, or you can pay an immigration attorney to do the paperwork for you. Bud Garcia. Hello, Diego and Karina from Washington State. Bud Garcia, what's going on? Larry Piercy, is your blood pressure high today? No, my blood pressure is never high. So it's never high. It's good. The Mountain Nomad. So, Diego, our case is still in transit status to the Moroccan consulate. So it's going to go to Casablanca in Morocco. So we still don't want to pay for the visa interview until our case is ready. Is that the right thing to do? That's right. Why are you going to? As soon as you pay for the visa interview, okay, and submit the DS-160, it's only good for 1 year. But I'll give you a Mountain Dew salute for making it that far, Mountain Nomads. Bud Garcia, you have 2 Marines on this time. Okay, I got 2 Marines on the channel. Very good. So we're well protected, right? April Flower, Diego, I'm also worried about not having enough credit score to be able to rent an apartment for my fiance and I when he comes to the U.S. Stay with your grandma. Stay with your mom. Stay with a family member. Stay with a friend until you can get yourself set up in an apartment. Okay? Just relax. Find a friend, find a family member, grandma, somebody to help you. When you build up your credit, when you get the money put down for the down payment for the apartment or whatever, then you can do it. Larry Piercy, if I can get a schedule of when you're next here, I want to schedule a TRH date soon. I'm going to launch adjustment of status by September 15th. I understand what that is, but September 15th, have you got joint bank accounts together? What else do you need for a green card application? You got to put your beneficiary, right? Then put your beneficiary, if I can spell it, on the title to your car. Let me fix the typos. Okay, put your beneficiary on titles to your car or cars, right? Right? And then you include that in the green card application. What else do you put in a green card application? Come on, let's talk about green cards. What else are you going to put in the green card application? You're going to put your beneficiary, right, on all your bills, right? Service bills like water bill, gas, electric, or spell electric, sewer. If you get a sewer bill, unless you got a septic tank, you know, phone. Get your beneficiary on all these bills so that shows joint responsibility together, that you're married to each other, you're accepting each other's responsibilities to each other. Let me see. Larry Piercy, everything I think. And let me see, the Mountain Nomads, but we can't book the interview till our case hits the ready status. Right. How can you book it if the embassy's not ready for you? You can't book an interview. Okay? The U.S. Embassy, they'll send you a message, an email saying, or it's going to be on your online case status, that they're ready for you. Now, does that mean they're ready for you to schedule an interview? It depends on how busy the embassy is. Okay? But when you get the ready status, then you send an email to the embassy and check in. You send an email and you ask for your packet 3, packet 4 email to the embassy. When you get ready status, okay? Bud Garcia, on your left and right arms and legs. Life as mom. Hi Diego, does the DS-160 expire before we can get an interview? I'll write it here. What the heck? I don't know what happened there. Woo! Where did I go? Okay, there we go. Man, I had a blank screen up there. Okay, what documents will I need to bring? Okay, and how much? Oh no, Mikey, hold on a second. Let me get back to that question. Does the DS-160 expire? The DS-160 is good for 1 year after you submit it to the embassy. When you submit the DS-160 to the embassy, it's good for a year. Okay? Does the DS-160 expire before we can get an interview? You got to get the ready status first. You get the ready status. You get the packet 3, packet 4 email from the embassy. Then you submit the DS-160. Then you schedule the interview and pay the visa fee and schedule the biometrics. Andre Smith, good evening. Nigeria have changed from U.S. travel site and there is no customer service available. What happened? The issue we have is that DHL has sent an email to pick up her visa, but the site is not working. DHL has sent an email to pick up her visa, so her visa is in her passport, right? So you got an email to pick up her visa. Go get it. Uno Mikey, look at that fantastic super chat from Uno Mikey. Uno Mikey, now your beneficiary is in Medellin, right? In Colombia. Karina knows. No, Cali is what I was thinking. Cali. Mountain Dew salute, Uno Mikey. I always remember Uno Mikey because he's talking about Cali, which is basically where birthplace of salsa dancing, but actually originated in New York. But we'll give Cali the credit. So let me see. Go pick up the visa, Andre Smith. And we can't schedule a pickup. Do you have any suggestions? Can't you call DHL? Can you call the embassy? Give them a call. Call the embassy. Say, can I go pick up my visa? What was the address for the pickup? What was the address that you put for the pickup for your visa? Uno Mikey. Hey, I just got my interview date for October 8th at the embassy in Bogota. There you go. Mountain Dew salute. Spouse visa. Right. I remember you're in a spousal visa. Explain to me what I need to set up at the appointment for medical exam. The medical exam is going to be done by Dr. Dennis. Dr. Dennis, you should have got an email from the National Visa Center telling you where the medical exam will be held. They should have told you what the name, the address of the doctor, and his phone number and email and contact information. Congratulations on getting the interview date for October 8th. So I said it would be a couple of months. Spousal visa, explain to me what I need to do to set up the appointment for medical exam. You got to get the NOA2 letter. You got to get the email saying from the embassy, from the NVC, that you have a scheduled interview at the embassy in Bogota. You got to prove it, okay? Which will be the list of travelers email. And then you can have your wife go to the doctor's office in Bogota face to face and schedule the medical exam face to face. If sometimes it may be hard to get in through the phone. Their email may not work, but the email is pretty good, right? Correo electrónico bien. Send them an email, but they're going to want to see some evidence of your visa interview for your wife. You got to prove you're having an interview at the embassy in Bogota. They will not schedule your medical exam. Uno Mikey. Let me see. I got to page up a little bit for Uno Mikey. What documents I will need to bring and how much will it cost? The medical exam depends on the doctor. Karina's was about $400, and it was about $75, I think, for the chest X-ray, and then she got $25 for an extra vaccination. So I would say I would budget around $600, okay? And it's got to be in cash, efectivo. You cannot pay for the medical exam with your credit card. You have to pay in cash, in Colombian pesos. Where did you go to get the biometrics? ¿Dónde logra el biométrica en Bogotá? Oh, no, aquí. I got the address right here. The biometrics, was that biometrics or was that the pickup? Huh? Okay, I'm going to write down the address for you to go get the biometrics for your wife. Oh no, Mikey, listen, pay attention. Do you have a pen? This is the address in Bogotá to get the biometrics, okay? Now, the biometrics, if you paid the visa fee and everything, the biometrics will already be paid for, okay? It's Calle 26, number 92. Connector, bear with me, guys. Connector is gold 4, whatever the heck that is, I have no idea. And it's prima piso, so the first floor. Prima piso is the first floor. Lado Occidental in Bogotá. Did it go through? That's where you go. That's where you go for the biometrics in Colombia, in Bogotá. Let me see. Uno Mikey, you got it? What documents will you need for the biometrics? You got to have the biometrics appointment letter. Okay, that should have been all emailed to you or to your wife. Plus her passport. What's the passport? Yeah, plus her passport. Huh? Okay. Larry Pierce, I even have the boss's name on the lab papers. On the dog, right? DS160, good for a year. Larry, what if you don't have a water gas bill? Bud Garcia, what if you don't have a water and gas bill? If you don't have a water and gas bill, put her on whatever bills you do have. Telephone bill, have a shared account on the phone. Bank account's the biggest thing. Let me think here. The title to your car, motorcycle, get her on the deed to your house or a rental agreement to your house or apartment. Let me see. Larry Piercy, new schedule, a regular airtime. Life as a mom, thank you. You're welcome. Chris and Emil, in the Philippines, visa is on hand in about 5 to 8 working days. Depends on how busy they are, but usually May's the busiest month, but we're getting closer to the winter time, so that's about right, probably about 8 to 10 days. Francois Livingston, good evening, Diego and Karina, and Tokyo. Karina was 2 minutes late for the live stream because she was feeding Tokyo. So she was, I was like, where's Karina? Well, she's feeding the cat. Well, she's here now, right? That's good. Let me see. Una Mikey, my wife is from Medellin. Yeah, Medellin. Yeah, that's what it's Medellin. That's correct. The city of eternal spring. It's 84 degrees all year round. Uno Mikey, no, my wife is from Medellin. There you go. Well, let's say she was from Cali, she'd know how to salsa dance, right? But she's from Medellin, so she's used to this beautiful, nice 84-degree weather. 365 days of the year. Bud Garcia, how do you add to a car if it is paid off? And I don't think there is a Wells Fargo bank anymore. If your car is paid off, you have the title to your car in your house. Bud Garcia, listen to me. You paid off your car. You have the title to your car in your house. Wherever it is you pay for your car registration every year, you got to pay the government permission to drive on the highways and the byways, right? You got to get a little sticker and you put it on your tag, right? Wherever that office is, go there with your title and say, I want to put my wife's name on the title to my car. But you got to bring a government ID. She needs to have an ID with her, okay, with your married name on it, hopefully, or her passport or something. You gotta bring a government ID. They will then charge you, but they will put your wife's name as either or. Make sure it says either or on the title to your car. And then they will print a copy for you, and then you're going to pay them whatever it costs, and then you're going to take a copy of this title to your car with her name on it and put it in a green card application. Double A, hi Diego, how long does it normally take to get my work permit and green card after entering the U.S.? Well, it takes about 3 months to get the work permit, and right now it's taking about 5 to 6 months to get the green card. Now let's page down. Look at all these questions we got. Larry Pierce, okay. Larry Piercy, will you be here on Monday? The live stream is on Wednesdays and Saturdays now. I do the live stream twice a week now. Double A, hi Diego, how long does it normally take to get the work permit and green card? 3 months for the work permit, 4 to 6 months for the green card. Larry Piercy, Dr. Lucy is a hoot. Needed blood work and 1 headshot, $455. There you go. You got it done, right? And his administrative assistant put it all in a sealed white envelope, and he signed it. And then you're going to put that in your green card application. The Mountain Nomads, will you make a video of the process of what to do when the cases hits the ready status so it can be safe for us to watch? I can do that because I'm not sure what Packet 3, Packet 4 email is. The Packet 3, Packet 4 email is an email the embassy will send to you to give you instructions on how to process the K1 visa appointment. Okay, so I got the Packet 3, Packet 4 email from the embassy in Bogota, Colombia. First, I got ready status, and then about 11, 12 days later, I got the Packet 3, Packet 4 email. And they sent me an email, and they said, this is the list of instructions that you got to do. To number 1, pay for the visa interview, submit the DS-160, schedule the visa interview, and the biometrics. They gave me all that information on how to do it in the Packet 3, Packet 4 email. But I can make a video. Larry Piercy, will you be here Monday? I do the live stream Wednesdays and Saturdays because Monday, basically, I'm just repeating myself from Saturday, right? Just a repeat. Francois, shipped the box with DHL to Abu Dhabi August 21st and received August 23rd. Holy macaroni, what did they put it in, the Concorde? They must have put it in a UFO. What did you go? Did it go via Area 51? That's pretty fast. I'm not. Let me see here. But the physical has been scheduled for September 4th. Well, you're going to get a Mountain Dew salute for getting the physical scheduled for September 4th, which is the perfect time right before the visa interview on September 18th for Francois' future husband, Hamid, in Abu Dhabi. Jen, hi Diego, just checking in. Gabriella here. What's up, Gabriella? Still waiting on the green card to get pushed through. We have The work permit, hope you and Karina are doing well. We always doing good. But just a reminder, we do the live stream, okay? Live stream is Wednesday and Saturday, right? At 6 p.m. Where's the at 6 p.m. Central Time. Okay? Twice a week. Because on Monday, I'm basically just repeating everything I did on Saturday, which is today. Good job, Jen, on getting your work permit. Get your green card soon. Francois, I couldn't believe how fast the box got there. That's pretty darn quick, Francois. I mean, it must have went at light speed. I mean, even though it's impossible to travel at the speed of light because your mass will increase exponentially and the plane would explode. But that's pretty quick. Chris and Emil, I am working hard for my process. Very good. And I just put the address in here for the pickup point for the is that the biometrics address, the direction? Okay. Okay. That's right. Andre Smith, okay, we're on Monday. Larry Piercy, car and motorcycle insurance done. But Larry, that's a Mountain Dew salute right there. You're going to put together such a strong green card application that you're not going to have to go for a second interview. The stronger your green card application, the more powerful it is. That what you're trying to do, what you're doing is you're giving the immigration officer confidence in you and your new wife's relationship is real. Okay, being married is okay, that's one thing, but being married and being in a real relationship, that's another thing. You got to prove it. You got to prove cohabitation. How can you do that? Put your wife on some of the bills. You probably can't get a driver's license until she gets a social security number, but that's okay. Larry Piercy, can you do a TRH? Let me see here, Larry. Can you do a TRH? Soon want to schedule Monday if you're on the air. Okay, well, let me know what day we can do a TRH. Okay, let me know. Orlando Lopez. Hello, lovely couple. Oh, hello, Orlando. And Tokyo. Yeah, Tokyo's out there hanging out. He's sleeping. He plays all freaking night, chasing his buddy. He's got his buddy, his cat friend, Rambo. They go out and explore the neighborhood, and then in the daytime, he comes home and eats breakfast, and then he sleeps all day. I guess he's turned into a good old American cat, right? Because Tokyo's from Colombia. My fiance had her scary visa interview at the Bogota embassy. It took like 2 minutes. Well, I'm glad it only took 2 minutes and was approved. Thank you, sir, for your support. Well, I'm not sir, okay? I'm Diego. But we're going to give Orlando Lopez and his bride-to-be in Colombia a huge Mountain Dew salute. Congratulations on getting that out of the way. Bud Garcia, thank you for the info. No problem. And Larry says, you go, Francois. Uno Mikey, can you make, let me see. Oh, come on, Uno Mikey. Let me see here. Can you give me the name of the place to do the biometrics so I can look it up? I just tried to look up the address and it's giving me a highway. Biometrics. Great. Let me see here. Let me read it. Can you give me the name of the place to do the biometrics? ¿Cuál es nombre? It's called the document. It's the document delivery location. That's what it's called. It's called document delivery location. CSRA Bogota. And I can't put the hyphen on the A. Well, I probably could. Can I do the hyphen on the A? No, I can't. CSRA Bogota. Cow 26. You get, let me see here. Uno Mikey, that's the address I gave you. Bud Garcia, I will do a surprise live stream. Yeah, I do surprise live streams during the week. Neutral in politics. Great news for me here. I got my appointment date pre-screening on 5 September. is Apostille Danielle. I got my appointment date from the embassy in Accra, Ghana. Congratulations. Actual appointment is on the 26th of September. Got some Mountain Dew Salute. Accra, Ghana is tough to get an appointment right now, but you did good. Larry Piercy will schedule TRH on Wednesday. Okay, sounds like a plan. But when you gotta make sure you got your wife. Look, look right here. This is the biometrics. This is the biometrics in Bogota. Look, can you read that to our friends in Colombia? Centro de Atención al Solicitante CAS. That's where it is. Thank you, Karina. Tell everybody say thanks to Karina. Schedule the TRH Wednesday. Okay, no problem, Larry. And Larry Piercy, Bud, you need water. Francois, Larry Piercy, one of these days you will get my name right. That's right. Francois. Francois can speak French. She can speak English. She can speak Arabic. And she's learning Spanish, a little bit of Spanish, right? Let me see. Douglas Olson, adjustment of status, RFE, states the sponsor's income in 1040 line 9 is insufficient. Okay? Non-taxable Social Security and dividends from other lines are not acceptable. Suggestions. You need a joint sponsor. Immigration wants a joint sponsor. If the income on 1040 line 9 is not sufficient, don't worry, get a joint sponsor. Okay? You can do that. It kind of sucks. Non-taxable Social Security, they should accept that. Social Security, even though it's non-taxable, they should accept it as income. Dividends from other lines are not acceptable. That's not good either. They should accept that. It's income. But apparently they're getting very strict on the income, guys. They're looking for joint sponsors. If you don't quite make enough money, it's okay. Just get a joint sponsor. Douglas, get you a joint sponsor. Francois, Diego, do physicals for the K1 visa usually last 3 to 4 hours. Karina's was about a 6-hour wait for the doctor because he was busy. He had like 20 other people in front of her, and then it was about an hour and a half. 2 hours, 2 horas para físico, 3 hours. She said it was 3 hours for the medical. Douglas Olson, family of 2, 21,000 taxable, 20,000, 19,000 non-taxable. So you got 21,000 taxable, so 20, 39. So you got 40 grand coming in, but 21,000 is taxable. That doesn't make any sense. Why they wouldn't accept 40 grand? I mean, that's more than enough money for a family of 2. You got to make about 30,000. It's 25,000 and change for the cutoff for the minimum. So you want to make at least 30 to 32,000 a year minimum for a family of 2, and you're at 40,000, 21, right? 29, 30, 40,000. I don't know. That's crazy. You make the money. You got the money coming in, but they're looking at only pay. I guess right now, immigration officers are only accepting whatever you make as line 9, taxable income. Whatever you pay into the system, whatever you pay in taxes is what they're looking at. That's crazy. I don't know what to say, man. That's wrong. That's right, Larry Piercy. Let me see. Douglas, you got to get a joint sponsor. Cover yourself. Francois, because that's what the email from the hospital said, expect 3 to 4 hours. Karina's medical exam was 3 hours long, but she waited 6 hours for her turn. So the battery on my phone died. About ran out of battery because I didn't bring my charger. So I was bored. I'm just sitting around in the hospital like this, looking out the window. And then it was Karina's turn. And they asked her lots and lots of questions at the medical exam. Lots and lots of questions. Larry Piercy, Ren S in Texas. My husband's medical exam was given back to him in the sealed envelope after his K1 in May. Can he use it to apply for his adjustment of status? Yes, as long as he has it and 6 months hasn't expired. It's only good for 6 months. You can use that. Remaining shots you got in Texas. Recertify the vaccinations. You got to recertify the vaccinations. Okay, you got to have those. If he had to get vaccinations in Texas, you got to go to a civil surgeon in wherever city you live in and recertify the vaccinations on a 693 or whatever the form is for the vaccinations. You got to do that, Renes. If you don't recertify the vaccinations by a civil surgeon in the United States in Texas, you're going to get an RFE for your green card, for his green card. Francois, Larry Piercy is speaking. Francois is talking French. I don't speak French. Bonjour, comment ça va? Ça va bien, merci. I remember that from high school. Then I got kicked out of my French class because I was just not paying attention. Renes, my household is 3, and in 2023 my income was about 32.5. But in 2024 I got a new job twice, and with my current job I make 38,400. Okay, now Renes, you're a family of 3, right? Your son is living with you. Is he on your taxes, or is he just living with you? Renes, do you claim your son on your taxes? If you do, you're a family of 3. If you don't, you're a family of 2. Let me see here. Renes, if you claim your son on your taxes, you are a family of 3. If you don't claim your son, if you're just filing now as a married couple, you're a family of 2. Francois Diego, I'm in the process of learning Dariga, as it is Hamid's spoken language and not Spanish. Well, I think Karina remembered you saying you were going to try to learn Spanish a little bit. But Darija is like Moroccan, right? Mount du salute to Francois, because she speaks all these different languages, guys. She should get a job in the CIA as a translator. Ono Mikey, thanks. And thank you, Ono Mikey. You got it, right, Ono Mikey? This is the address, Ono Mikey, look. These are the addresses for the biometrics. Is this for the biometrics? This is total biometrics. Okay, very good. Let me see. Douglas Olson, in response, we sent appraisals and bank statements showing a net worth of $1 million. Well, that will definitely help, but they want to see cash. Cash is king, right? But that will, we sent appraisals and bank statements. You sent house appraisal, the bank, the house, your house, the value of your house. You don't have a house payment, right? So you went and got an appraisal done on your house, and your bank statement showing your cash value in your bank. Okay, that's very helpful. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But they should never have denied you because your income wasn't taxable. That's crazy. They should have accepted that income. And Francois is learning Hamid's language of Moroccan. I'm going to call it Moroccan because I can't say the other word. Renes, if all goes well, I'll be filling out his I-485 hopefully next month with the help of your videos. There you go. This channel was created so you don't have to pay an immigration attorney thousands and thousands of dollars. Plus, to help you get through this, give you some moral support, right? Douglas Olson, why do I need a joint sponsor? Because immigration said your income isn't sufficient. That's why they sent you the RFE. We asked Senator Casey to look into it. Maybe that will help. Immigration want to see income. I don't understand why they didn't accept that non-taxable Social Security and your dividend income. Doesn't make any sense. But if you got a net worth of $1 million and you can prove it, I don't think you're going to have a problem. You'll be okay. Let me see. Renes, so you mean all I need to do is take my husband's medical envelope from Ghana to a civil surgeon and show him that, plus the new vaccines my husband got in Texas? No, because then you don't want to open up the envelope. Okay? All you got to do is recertify the vaccinations. Call a civil surgeon up in Texas where you live. If you need an address for a civil surgeon in Texas, I will find one for you. I know the addresses of the civil surgeons all around the United States. If you live, just tell me the city you live in, and I'll tell you where the civil surgeon is, so you can go and get the vaccinations recertified. Okay. For the green card, Renes, I claim my son on my taxes yearly. So you're a family of three. A family of three. Okay. The minimum income for a family of three is $32,275. So you want to make at least $35,000 to $36,000 a year not to get an RFE on income. Let me see here. Douglas Olson, no debt, rental properties. So you're getting income from rental properties, right? Did you include that income to immigration? Your tenants, they pay you, right? How do they pay you? They write a check, and then you sign a receipt, and you give them a receipt, and then you deposit the check in the bank. That's income. That's income. That should be counted also, because you get taxed on that. Okay, you get taxed on your rental income. Larry Piercy, Renes, he lives with me and I pay most. Well, you need to get your son, okay, to work. That's what he needs to do. And he needs to be helping you out, like, significantly. What he really needs to do is find an apartment, okay, and go get a job, get an apartment, and go be independent. That's what he needs to do. Just my opinion. Larry Piercy, dog, is that IA-64 or 129F? The 129F is the application for a K-1 visa. The 864 is the affidavit of support for a green card. The I-134 is the declaration of financial support for the K-1 visa, the embassy interview. Ajali, hey Diego and Karina, do you think there's hope for me in September with this interview? Ajali, you look. It's time to bring out the pixie dust for Ajali, right? There's the pixie dust for Ajali and a Mountain Dew salute. So you know what that means? You know what that means? Ajali, you're gonna get this K-1 visa thing over with. Doug Olson, thanks for your thoughts. Good man. If you have rental property, that's income. Okay, you can prove the income because you got to put it on your 1040 as income, right? From the rental properties. I don't know what happened there with you with that. You shouldn't have gotten RFE for income. No way. Uno Mikey, do I need to make an appointment for biometrics for you're in a spousal visa? I'm trying to remember. What I would do is I would schedule one. Yes, I would do that, because if you're on a spousal visa, the MVC schedules the visa interview for you in Bogota, Colombia. They should have scheduled you the biometrics too. Hey Johnny, look at that, Matt, look at that super chat. That's a Mountain Dew salute for Ajali. Ajali, relax. You're going to get through this. I know it's stressful, but you're going to do it. You can do this. I have faith in me. Okay? I got confidence in you. You're going to do this, okay? Let me see. Larry, Uno Mikey, do I need to make an appointment for the biometrics? I would make the appointment. I only got an email from MVC about the interview date. Well, that should have included the biometrics in a spousal. Do I need to wait for Bogota to send me the email? Here's what you need to do, Uno Mikey. Send an email to the Bogota. Let me give you the email address, okay? Send an email to the embassy in Bogota and ask them about the biometrics, okay? This is the email address, okay? Pay attention, class. There you go. Email the embassy in Bogota and ask them about the biometrics, because it should have been, the National Visa Center, once they notified the embassy, The embassy went ahead and got the interview set up. They should have scheduled the biometrics too. And they should have told you the date of the biometrics and the location and the day and the time. Okay? And your wife's going to have to bring to the biometrics the DS-260. Now, don't get confused, ladies and gentlemen, because Uno Mikey's on a spousal visa, so his wife filled out a DS-260. You guys on K1 visas fill out DS-160. But when your wife filled out the DS-260, Uno Mikey, and submitted it to the embassy, and the embassy scheduled the visa interview, they should have scheduled you at biometrics too. Email the embassy and ask them when is the biometrics interview for your wife. In the subject line of the email, put your NOA2 receipt number. And in the body of the email, put your wife's full name, her address, her passport number, and date of birth. Okay? You got it? Jen Shirk, one time. Hi, Diego. How are you guys? We are good. We're always good. Larry Piercy, put that son out. Yeah, get him out. Put him in an apartment. Get him off. Get him out of the house. Ren S, come on now. What is he? How old is he? Over 21? What's going on, guys? Bud Garcia, I looked up USCIS civil surgeon and it shows Fort Lewis, Washington. There you go. How hard was that? Let me see. We are good one time. Ren S, I printed out the I-93. You printed out the I-93. You printed out, the 693. Ren S, there's no such thing as an I-93. The civil surgeon, okay, is going to print the 693 form. You don't have to print out the medical exam document, the I-693. The civil surgeon's administrative assistant will do that for you. They told me it's $120, but do I fill out the form? No, you don't. The civil surgeon administrative assistant fills out the 693 and the vaccination certification. And just take my husband's new vaccine papers from Texas. You got to bring the vaccinations paperwork to the civil surgeon, pay the $120, and the civil surgeon's administrative assistant will fill out the 693 and the civil surgeon will sign it. Okay? You got it? Bud Garcia, should I call and find out if it is for visas? Bud Garcia, you just said you found a civil surgeon. It's got to be, that person has to be approved by the State Department to do a medical exam for a green card, okay? Call the doctor and find out if they can, if they are authorized by the State Department. If you get a medical exam done by a doctor who's not authorized by the State Department for a green card application, you will not get the green card. It will be sent back to you in an RFE. Lee Kirkula, hey Diego and Karina, I got my packet 3 and 4 email from the embassy in Monrovia, Liberia. I knew that was coming your way, Lee Kirkula. In fact, I said it was coming your way. Congratulations, Mountain Dew salute. Very good job, Lee. Now you can start paying the visa fee, submitting the DS-160, which is free. You don't pay for the DS-160. You're paying for the biometric. You're paying for the biometrics and for the consular interview. Douglas Olson, properties rented to the United States Postal Service. Oh, cool. This net income is $21,000 on line 1. They will not accept the Social Security. I understand. I got you now. Now I got it. I got it. With your Social Security, which is non-taxable, you're way above the income levels. Your income on line 9 is from the rental properties to the Postal Service. So you own all these buildings, and you rent them to the Uncle Sam. That's great capitalism, by the way. That's a capitalist Mountain Dew salute for a great capitalist, Doug, the great capitalist. We like to see that on this channel. But what you could do is get an appraisal done on all your properties, the value of them minus any mortgage you have, unless you own them all outright, and show that as evidence of your financial stability. Okay. Lee Kukula, great job on getting your packet 3, packet 4 email. We're proud of you. It's tough to do. Larry Piercy, sure, Diego, you're okay. Pixie dust. You want pixie dust, Larry Piercy? You didn't get any pixie dust? Here you go, Larry. Here's some pixie dust for Larry Piercy. Let me see here. One time. So if you remember, I mentioned before about my DS5535. I didn't forget about it. So after 10 months of waiting, we have decided to file a lawsuit by next week. That's what I said to do. It's got to be a federal lawsuit. We talked with the lawyer. I know it won't guarantee a visa. It won't guarantee the visa, but it will make the U.S. government act on your case. You've been waiting too long. 10 months is way too long to be waiting for an answer. It's a mental abuse on you, okay, and your family. It's mental abuse. It's no good. File a federal lawsuit that will force the U.S. Embassy to adjudicate your case. They will be subpoenaed by a federal judge, and a federal judge will then take control of the case. A federal judge is going to take control of your visa application. He's going to be in charge of it. The embassy's not going to be in charge of it. You're not going to be in charge of it. A federal judge is going to be in charge of it. The federal judge will then contact the embassy or whoever's in control right now of your visa application and say, I need this paperwork. Why haven't you approved or disapproved this visa application? Why haven't you adjudicated it? And the embassy is going to give an answer, and the federal judge is going to look at the answer, and then the federal judge is going to make a decision. Okay? More likely, the federal judge will rule in your favor, and you'll get your visa. Great job. It's worth a try. No, you got to do that. 10 months is insane. K Messenger, look out, world. The pixie dust is amazing. Hello, hey, pixie dust for K Messenger. More. Look at that. K Messenger, look at that. Man, guys. Pixie dust for K Messenger. Look at that super chat from K Messenger. Look out, world. Pixie dust is amazing. Hello, Diego and Karina. ¿Cómo está? Su sábado. It's Saturday. It's today's Saturday. Karina, today, no work. Yeah, no, Karina worked today. I'm translating. Karina, she had to work today. She been at work since 6 o'clock this morning. She worked her tail off today. K Messenger, we are scheduled for our biometrics in San Antonio on Wednesday. That's a Mountain Dew salute for K Messenger. Great job. It's been a long road for you, K Messenger, right? From that town I can't pronounce in Mexico. But you made it. Red S, now my question is on my income, 34. During my K1, my taxes showed 32.5. Will this cause me the rest when I do will this cause me the rest? What does that mean? When I do the adjustment of status, even though now in 2024, I'm making $38,600. Okay, if you make $38,600 and you can prove it, Red S, you got to prove it. Immigration don't take your word for nothing. So you gotta submit pay stubs, bank statements with direct deposits being deposited in your bank with the amount, okay, for 2024. Okay, so you got to prove you're making that kind of money in order to avoid an RFE from immigration. One time, so if you remember, yeah, I remember one time, file that federal lawsuit. I can't remember what it's called in Latin. But there's a word for it in Latin. But you're going to force the U.S. government to respond to your K1 visa because a federal judge is going to take charge of your package. And a federal judge is going to get all the documents from the embassy and whatever documents that you've already submitted. Now, you can't submit anything else. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm just telling you what I know. I know how the process works. But here's the deal. The federal judge is going to take control of your case. And he's going to make a decision, or she, okay? Immigration don't like getting sued by the federal government, the feds, they don't like getting sued. So they're going to get off their backsides and they're gonna start acting on your. They're gonna do something for you on your case. Okay. So when you file the lawsuit, the judge now is going to be the decider on whether you get your visa or not the embassy. Okay. It's worth it. Yes. Renes, I'm in Plano, Texas. Passport Health Center said they have civil surgeon. Okay, we'll get it done. Renes, I know my son's old, but I'm actually happy to have him here. But okay, you're happy. You're glad your son's with you. Okay, but he needs to be learning independence. He's got to be independent. Basically, I was independent. I was 16 and a half, 17 years old. I was independent. But if you like him there and he's paying his way, okay, he's not just loafing around. If he's paying his way, then good. Larry Pierce, you need more well water, Bud. Bud Garcia, well, I'm going to go. I have to get dinner started. Have a good night. Well, good night, Bud. Doug Olson, I have a friend who has the same problem. USCIS will not accept Social Security. Yes, you understand. We paid for appraisals and sent them in the RFE. Then if you've got $1 million in equity in office space that you'll rent into the Postal Service, I don't see how immigration can turn you down. Okay, it's insane that they won't accept Social Security income. Doesn't make sense to me, because that's a lifetime. That's income for a lifetime. Apparently, the IRS and USCIS are working hand in hand together. They want your money. They want to see you paying taxes. You know, Biden needs another vacation in California, so they want to see you paying taxes so Biden can keep going on vacation. My friend is hiring a lawyer. We hired appraisers. That's good. It's a waste of money to hire a lawyer when immigration sends you a letter that says we want to see more income or more assets. Okay, because in the letter immigration sent you in the RFE, they asked you for assets too, right? Why would you pay an immigration attorney thousands of dollars to fill out paperwork that you can fill out at your desk at your house for free? And then you're going to put an immigration attorney in charge of your friend's case. Your friend is no longer going to control his immigration process. It's going to be in the hands of an immigration attorney. Is the immigration attorney got your friend's best interest at heart, or is he just going to take the money and then file the paperwork and then go on to the next client? Don't do that. Don't hire an immigration attorney. It's a waste of money. The only time you need an immigration attorney is if you have a criminal record and you want to see if you qualify for the K-1 visa. That's the only time you really want to do it. Larry Piercy, writ of mandamus. That's what it is. Renes, can I fill out a new I-134? Renes, even though we haven't filed 2024 taxes yet to show immigration my income, yes, you can, but you got to prove it. Renes, if you can prove your income, oh, look at that, super sticker from Estelle. I didn't see that. Thank you, Estelle Lemagon. Look at that, that's a super sticker. We got super chats and a super sticker from Estelle. That's Estelle. Thank you, Estelle. I didn't see it. I'm sorry, Estelle. Normally I jump right to you. You can't get a joint sponsor. Well, your income is good enough, Renes. You don't need a joint sponsor. But what you got to do is you got to prove your income. How do you prove your income? Pay stubs, bank statements, direct deposits, a letter from your boss telling. Have your boss write a letter that says Renes makes this much money per year. She's been working for my company for this amount of time. She is in the position of this, and then have him sign it or have her sign it. A letter from your boss telling immigration how much money you make per year. That's what you need, and then you got to back it up with pay stubs and bank statements. Okay. And you can fill out a new I-134, definitely. Yes, you can do that. Larry Piercy to Doug, was it SSDI? I don't know. It's just non-taxable Social Security. Julian ALO. Hi, Diego. Sent the response of my RFE for my adjustment of status since the 12th of August. Okay, so it's still early, still waiting for the decision. They asked me for the joint sponsor and the birth certificate. Okay. I sent all the taxes of 2022 and the extension of 2023. Did you get, and you got a joint sponsor, right? So you're good to go. Estelle Lemagon, hello, Mr. Diego. Do you have any idea about when my case will be sent to Cameroon embassies? It was sent to the MVC on August 6th, and it's still showing at the MVC. Now, here's the deal, Estelle. Give it about 2 months. Okay, the embassy in Cameroon, the United States Embassy in Cameroon, they're itching at the feet. They can't wait to get your approved K1 visa so they can start processing it. But they're kind of busy in the summer months. But we're heading into September, right? So things are going to speed up now. Look at that super sticker. Oh, that's a super sticker from Douglas Olson. Thank you, Douglas. We appreciate you, man. You are not going to have a problem with your K1 visa, Douglas, if you have got proof of equity in those businesses, in that real estate that you own, that you have rented to Uncle Sam. Mountain Dew salute for that super sticker. You're going to be all right. If you got $1 million, I'm out of Mountain Dew. If you got $1 million in assets, you got no problems. I'm just irritated that the immigration folks wouldn't accept your non-taxable Social Security. That's insane. Income into your house is income, right? It's income. Let me see. Estelle, you're going to be okay. Do you have any idea about when the case will be sent to Cameroon? In about 2 months. Give it 2 months, okay? As the summer goes past, they're going to start speeding up again at the embassies around the world. Cameroon also. Renes, I got your point about my son. It's hard to see him as far as I raised him alone, and he's the only true family I have apart from my new husband. Yeah, but how does your new husband like having your son hanging around the house, a grown man? He's a grown man hanging around the house. Your husband wants privacy, right? Right? Yeah, Karina's like, yeah. Let me see. But we're not bashing you, Renes. It's all good. And Douglas, thank you for that super sticker, Doug. And Estelle, thank you. Estelle, she goes, hype. I like that. Renes can't get letter from boss, but can get offer letter as I just started 3 weeks ago. You got to have an offer letter will not be accepted. Immigration do not accept offer letters. Okay? They want a letter from the boss saying, this is how much you make. Offer letters are not accepted by immigration. Okay? Renes, just talk to your boss. Okay? Buy him a box of donuts and say, look, help me out here. I do have all the pay stubs, my direct deposit in my bank. There you go. You got to get the letter from your boss too. One time, so you think the embassy can deny us a visa after DS 5535 if you got no criminal history, not even a traffic violation? No. If you're going to file a federal lawsuit against the embassy because they are just joking you around, they've made you wait 10 months, which is absolutely insane. That is not good. Okay? File a federal lawsuit. Then immigration's going to get off their backside and they're going to adjudicate your case because it's going to be put in the hands of a federal judge. And the federal judge, depending on what court district you go into, is going to be on your side. And the judge is going to rule in your favor. Most of the time they do. Douglas, regular retirement income, I'm 65. Okay, so I'll roger that, Douglas. I'm with you. It's insane they didn't accept that income. And you're not a public charge? No, of course not. Now remember this, guys, when you fill out the paperwork for your green card, when the beneficiary applies for the green card, everybody has to put yes to the public charge question. Every single beneficiary is subject to the public charge rule in the United States. So don't get confused. I think it's on page 13, okay, of the 484. You must put yes, you are subject to the public charge. That's mandatory. If you put no, you're going to get an RFE. Although Priyanka lucked out. Fazak, hi Diego, been listening in but laying low as nothing is happening with our case for a couple of months. I understand, Fazak. I'm on retirement Social Security. This not count as income? Social Security counts as income if you're taxed on it. Will this be a problem? Fazak, thank you. I don't have any more Mountain Dew, Fazak. I drank it all. But thanks for that super sticker. We love it. Is that like an apple? Is that an apple? It's a manzana? It's a pear. It's a pera. Karina likes the fruit. Fazak, if you get taxed on your Social Security income, it counts as income on line 9 of your 1040. If you don't get taxed on your Social Security income, it doesn't get taxed. Okay? And then you can't. Then apparently the IRS, apparently immigration won't accept it. So apparently the immigration folks in the IRS want to see you paying taxes. That way Biden can keep going on vacation, right? So that's the way I look at it. Ren S, I know you're not bashing my son, but my home will always be my son's, husband's or no husband. I'm with you, Ren S. If you got no problem with your son living with you and your husband's got no problem with your son living with you, then we're happy for you and you should be happy, okay? But if it was me, he'd be in a friggin' apartment, right? Fazak, let me see. Let me repeat Fazak. Hi, Diego. I've been listening, laying low. Nothing is happening with our case. I'm on retirement, Social Security. Now, will this not count as income? It will be when you filed your 1040s to the IRS. You know, then if you pay tax on your Social Security income, then it counts as income. You know, like my military retirement. I got to pay freaking taxes on my military retirement. So Biden can keep going on vacation. Okay? So, anyway. Fazak, is that at the embassy interview? You're at the embassy. You're waiting for the embassy interview. Ren S, my intent was not to marry and make my son leave or to make my husband feel uncomfortable. No. But if your husband says your son's got to go find an apartment, guess what? He's going to go find an apartment, right? Exactly. Larry Piercy, Social Security is income even though it's not taxed. It is. That's right. It should have counted for Doug. I'm like, I can't believe it didn't count. Doug Olson, USCIS website says they received the response, appraisals, etc., but the indicator will take 9 months to look into it. 9 months? No, it's not going to take 9 months. It's not. Douglas, it's not going to take 9 months, okay? It's probably going to take 4 to 6 months. Not even that. Probably 4 to 6. Yeah, I'd say 4 to 6 months. It's not going to take 9 months. They just say that. So you can't contact them to follow up. Because there's a minimum time frame that you can contact immigration. And if they say it's going to take 9 months, they won't let you contact them for 10 months. So you don't bug them. That's the only reason they say that. It's not going to take 9 months, okay? Trust me on that one. Larry Piercy, Doug, Giant BS, Ren S, in the near future, my husband, 4-year-old, will come from Ghana and live with us. Why didn't he come over on a K2? So both my husband and I have to deal with each other's kids. Now listen up, Ren S. Your husband has a 4-year-old, and he's going to come over from Ghana to live with you in Texas. Why didn't you put him down as a K2 and bring him to the United States on a K2 visa? Now, what's going to happen is he's going to be, if you don't bring him over for a couple of years, he's going to have to be filed as a family member visa for an I-130. Okay? I don't know. I would have brought him over as a K2. Larry Piercy, Doug, I'm 76. Larry's 76. What, 76 months? Frazak, that's nuts. That's correct. I'm so sick of this process. We understand. I just went on retirement amount. It's just below taxable amount, taxed over $25,000. I'm just below the taxable retirement income. amount. I understand, Frederick. It's not a very pleasant process at all. It's a horrible process. It sucks. We understand. Okay? We know it. We know it took almost 2 years for Karina to get here. Because we were doing, I got so sick of waiting for the NOA2 letter. I went to Colombia. I got the Colombian government gave me a visa to live in Colombia for a year. I told my boss I'm going to live in Colombia for a year because I'm sick of waiting for this NOA2 letter. He said, "Okay, see you in a year." Right? And I stayed in Colombia on the Colombian visa. I just stayed there for 10 months. And then I came back home and then started doing this business with Karina's, getting Karina's embassy interview scheduled and biometrics in Bogota. And Larry Piercy is LOL. Destiny's Room. Destiny's Room. Destiny's Room. Good evening, Destiny's Room. Renes, because my husband wanted her to stay back with her mom so I wouldn't have to worry about her now, especially since I'm the only one working. I got you, Renes. But what's going to happen is this. Your husband's daughter, your stepdaughter, you're going to have to redo all the paperwork all over again using the form I-130 as a family member, for a family member. Destiny's Room, our interview is in almost 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks. It's going to go by quickly. It's going to be September before you know it, guys. Douglas Olson, the important thing is that we have a wonderful marriage. So happy. Douglas, we're happy for you. You got this, okay? With all the paperwork you submitted, with your paid appraisals and everything, you're good to go. Renes, my life doesn't have time to raise a young kid. I got you, Renes. Destiny's Room. Hi, Karina. Well, look at that. So how is everybody doing? Besides going through this horrible process, going through all this stress, if you just hang in there, okay? We're here for you. Karina and I, we're both here to help you get through this process. We're not going to abandon you guys. I cut the live stream down to Saturdays and Wednesdays, because on Monday I was just repeating Saturday stuff. So I don't want to keep, repeating stuff. So what I'm going to do, we just do the live stream on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and then I'll do a surprise live stream during the week. Okay, during the week I'll jump on here and answer all your questions for you. Destiny's Room. I heard the Casablanca consulate is moving. They are moving. How do you mean moving? They're moving from Casablanca to another city? Or you mean they're getting visas processed? They are processing visas, Destiny's Room. Absolutely. So we're going to put all this pixie dust all over your visa. Oh, the building is moving. Well, that'll be interesting. What are they going to do? Put it up on jacks and then move it? How are they going to do that? Well, they're just going to rent, the U.S. government's going to rent another office space or build another embassy. Maybe they're going to build a new embassy in Casablanca, or consulate, excuse me. Julian ALO, thank you, Diego. I have another question. Tengo una pregunta. I have my cousin that they sent the invitation to come over. Who sent your cousin an invitation, but they don't know how and what to do? Any advice? Who is they? Julian ALO, you said they sent an invitation to come over. Who is they? Francois Livingston, doing well, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Destiny's Room, yeah, maybe. Renes, I printed out the I-485. It had many pages. Does each page need to be filled out? Okay, Renes, the I-485 is your husband's application for a green card. It is right here. This form is 20 pages long. The I-485 is 20 pages long. You must fill out every single page. If it doesn't apply to your husband, you put NA. So at the very back here, It says here in the very back of the 485, it says, let me see. Who's your translator? Was it translated? Did you get a translator? No, you didn't get a translator, right? Because he speaks English. So you put NA. Did somebody other than your husband or you fill out this form? No, you didn't pay somebody, a preparer. So you put NA in preparer's certification. Okay? So you fill out every single page, and there's 20 pages. If it doesn't apply, you put NA. Destiny's Room, very good to hear, Francois. Francois, Destiny's Room, we're both waiting for our Moroccans. Dos Moroccans, this bien. Destiny's Room, yes indeed. Julian Ayla, one of one aunts that lives here in the United States. So she sent the invitation to the cousin back home in Africa, but they don't know what to do. Okay, let me explain something to you. Your aunt, okay, cannot apply for a visa for your cousin unless it's a family member to your aunt. I'm trying to figure this out. If it's your aunt's son, if your aunt lives in America and she's a U.S. citizen, your aunt is an American citizen, she can apply for her son, I'm going to assume is your cousin, to come and live in America, but she has to apply for a family visa, okay, which is a form I-130. I've made it. Check this out. Bring Mom to America. I made a video called Bring Mom to America. Okay? There's a video. Look it up. Watch that video, and it will explain to you how to bring how an American citizen who is not a sponsor in the sense of being married or wants to marry a foreign national, but can bring, like if Karina can bring them on to the United States when Karina's a U.S. citizen. We can do that. There's no problem. But she has to be a U.S. citizen, okay, to do that. Your aunt can bring her son if she's a U.S. citizen. I'm assuming that's your cousin. Correct me if I'm wrong. She can do it. Watch that video. It explains how to do it. Destiny's Room, we found out two crazy things. Dos loca. First, a man who has child support, in this case, like we do, has his interview on the same day we do, and we learned you can be preliminary approved, then they can refuse. Look, when you go to a K-1 visa interview, you can get approved, and if they find something before they issue you the K-1 visa that's bad about your record, they can refuse it. But also remember this, Destiny's Room, when you get your visa approved, it's going to show refused on the status until you look for the issued status. So you get your K-1 visa approved, right? Very good. You check the status the next day. It's going to say refused. Is it refused? No, it's in process. When you get the issued status, you go pick up your K-1 visa, you look in your passport, you check to make sure there's no typos, there's no spelling mistakes, and you get on a plane and you fly to America. But a K-1 visa can be denied. Let's suppose you got your K-1 visa interview and you get approved. And then somebody in the United States calls the embassy up and says, hey, this person, okay, has a felony, or this person is married to somebody else but didn't include the divorce decree, is not qualified for the benefit. The embassy will then put a hold on the K-1 visa and investigate the claim. And if the claim comes back as real, then the K-1 visa will be denied, even though it just got approved. Do you understand what I'm saying? Destiny's Room. Okay, I will tell Zachariah so he doesn't worry. No, don't worry. You go to your K-1 visa interview. They take your passport. Oh, I don't have a passport anymore. You look at the status. You look at the next day. You look at the status. It says refused. It's not refused. It's in process. But they got to put something in there. So they put refused, and it scares everybody to death, right? But it's not refused. What happens is You wait for the ready and then the issued. When you get the issued status, you go pick it up. And Larry Piercy, a 2-year green card holder cannot invite an older son until she is a citizen. A green card holder, okay, that's correct. A 2-year green card holder's got nothing other than permission to live in America with his or her sponsor as a probationary 2-year green card. When you get a 10-year green card, then mom can apply for son. But I think, I'm trying to remember, I don't want to put out bad information because this channel is always correct. I never make a mistake on this channel. Your question is, a 2-year green card holder cannot invite an older son until she's a citizen. That's correct. That's 100% correct. Francois Livingston, Karina, good luck to you on your driver's test. Tu examen conducir. It's September 3rd at 10 o'clock in the morning. And Karina's been studying her road signs. Larry Piercy, you're 100% correct. Destiny's Room, I understand. Okay, guys, I've been talking an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to throw pixie dust on everybody. Okay, I can't no Mountain Dew to do a Mountain Dew salute, but we will see you guys on Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday, 6 p.m. And Larry says that on September 3rd at 10 a.m. he's staying in casa. He's no regresa casa. All right, Larry, you get the last word. And Destiny's Room, thank you both. Also, good night. We'll see you guys. I'll do a surprise live stream during the week, all right? And thanks for the super chats and the super stickers. We appreciate those, guys. We really do.